Hi, hello and welcome, kings and queens, cuties and beans, back to Final Fantasy XIV Online, or on Reborn. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. Alright. At any rate, as I was saying, I finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached the indisputable conclusion, to wit that a removal was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph Aetheryte. Comrade, the Lord of Lavin awaits. Okay. Hello?
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
That's bright. Really? That was rude. Hello.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
He seems more chill than the rest.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflict hath brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
That's an impressive beard.
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed, for light and dark given form when man was born. It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Yeah.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin, Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
I get to go fight Ramu.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
He's here? Oh.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Yeah. If you stay back. As long as you stay at a safe distance. The striking tree. We are gonna do... We're gonna skip the cutscene because usually it's just them showing up. Thou truly a man, thy success exceeds mine expectations. He's doing it. Oh, I love people. Boop.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
He's not dead forever. I'll probably be back.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright. People are awesome. Okay. Sergeant Silvius, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Letasolus will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the Forest Champion of Peace. You have proved a monumental duty this day, Sergeant Silvius. The Elder Seer must be informed of your deeds at once. Yeah. The Elder Seer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. But return to Gridania and make directly for the Locust Stand. The Conjurer at Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Sergeant Silvius. Let's go. Welcome back, Honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seer awaits you within. Thank you.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
I kicked his butt in like 0.2 seconds. I had a friend with me, but you guys didn't say I couldn't.
Ramu made trial of you? I fear
Sorry.
there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania, and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, Erin. I'd hoped Lord Remove could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Eorzea too was pleased with this outcome. What say you, Ren? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Sure. Dr. Minfilia. Welcome back, Ren. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Remove precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Orionge's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascians' immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Ooh, we get a full thing.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. It's fucking Organization 13 right here. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Wall, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Yet as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is the nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Oh. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Now the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Ren. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogglmog the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to face them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Ren, and Eorzea is that much the safer of your presence. Pray, do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. And there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solus, who wish naught of conflict. Of Alizé, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the Calamity. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alleg, that we might be spared the horror of another ultimate weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I'm absent myself for a time. Who's dead? Oh, Alphino. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Uldar no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from... You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Cute. Ren, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment, and take the opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Cute. That's so funny. Alright, what's up? Look, it's Mr. Ren. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed a very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Do you think you could train us today, Mr. Ren? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Hi! Mr. Boulder, Mr. Coltonet, did you know that Mr. Ren is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Ren. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Ori Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore, we're adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Ren if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Ren? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Mayhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson. What say you, Ren? Would you consent to spar with me? Yeah. We're gonna have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare for our gear for an outing. I can read. do try to not disappoint them, Have faith, Golden. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields of the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. So pretty. Makes me sad looking at it though. Oh, I flew over. Hello. It was good of you to agree to this, friend. I trust you're ready to begin. Yes. Very well. Let's not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ori, you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is the Ren you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas the hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Ren to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, have you begun yet? Or you haven't begun yet, have you? Who dat? Oh my god, Ida. Oh my, everyone. Ida, who are all these people? You got a crowd.
When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on.
Yes, and there was still more to come. When I mentioned Ren's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. While my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna whoop his butt, though. We shall soon see. On your guard.
Yeah.
Such power. The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? He's about to. It's not over yet. It can't be. The children have the right of it. It is time I join the fray. On your feet, Ori. Don't beat me. I'm sorry. I must admit defeat. It was an honor and a privilege. So sorry, Golden. You down again? Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Ren is so strong. You can't give up, Mr. Boulder. You can't disappoint the younglings.
Stay away.
Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. 'Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. I'm sorry, Pookies. You bested me. I yield. That was incredible. He beat both of them at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Ren. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Oh, she's pretty. I like her.
She cute.
Impressive as always, Ren. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. That is a most fitting title. Do you recall when first we met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray, let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Sorry I kicked your butt, Boulder. Thank you for coming, Ren. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Okay. What do you want to do? Pray, forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, While the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. It is my hope that the Oh, that's not the sentence. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scions' command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing the precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members, while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Okay. Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Yeah. Our first destination will be Limsala Minsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Seems interesting. There you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofusfin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, it is of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for our next leg of the journey. Okay. Let us go talk. We're on the lower decks. Yeah, I need to go up. Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodding knight in shiny plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvelane's door. Alright. Oh, the Guildmaster. A precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Noldik and Vermelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Okay, that's fair. This way. Riol. Oh, I remember him. Oh, I hope he joins. Well, if it ain't Run, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Riol, don't you? Formerly the company heroes. 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye. It ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How about you these days? Looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Sounds a right lark, it does. Alright lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into the grave just yet. Hell yeah. Oh, hello. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. You know what, that's fair. Alright. I feel like Raynor isn't gonna say yes. He's the head of a guild. Master Alphane's new organization. Yes, I had heard I can talk. Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. It is with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. That's fair. Alright, back to Alpha now. Airship landing. Ren, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa. A member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Eorzea proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Credonia at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nofika's altar. Okay. I'm coming. Credonia. Yes. Alright. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily, and I'd be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Credonia. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Alright. I got you. The wrenches. Oh! He thought we had to kick his ass because he was being a douche and working with the Garleans. Did you learn your lesson? Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Oh. He just got let out. Oh shit. Could it be that you don't remember me? Eorzea Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscaron's. No, I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if jail had changed me more than I realized. Now that I have a particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Credonia? Recruiting, eh? What is your policy on reformed convicts? Okay. Yes, I'm okay with this, but I will be keeping an eye on you. Cause while I hope for the 12 that you are reformed, if you step out of line one time thinking you can pull the same shit as last time, I'ma beat your butt so hard. As matters stand, the Woodwellers will have naught more to do with me. That's fair. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's tall, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. You better be. I'll beat you so hard if you're not. You're not gonna hurt the other wonderful beans that I have there. Oh! I remember them. We met them at the first few dungeons. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest, ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry, we were just... Oh. Run, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Mione tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order. Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my adventure... I can read. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. I can read. It's fine. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Cute. Ooh, I want to check this real quick. Have I got anything? Yeah. Can I get stuff? Can I get things? Burning saffron. Oh. Get that and this one. And this one. Alright, off we go. Oh, is the other gonna be that one guy from Hawk Manor? It is. Hello. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young sire, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Okay. Oh, still one out front. Hello. Singled. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. That's fair. Alright, airship landing. At least it puts me next to a crystal at the end of them, if I do the route right. Hello. What news, Ren? For my part, the old Seed was most amenable to our requirements. A former woodwhaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Uldar whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright. And for now, our journey has drawn to a close. We'll continue this next time. We'll see what Uldar holds for us. But until then, thank you to everyone that came and hung out. I truly hope you had fun. Leave a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you want me to play next. Bye.